as I'm in the last couple of hours of the long, for me, 10-day Seoul to Busan Four Rivers ride. I thought I'd just have a quick reflection on the trip, and particularly some of the things that surprised me. Number one, and I have to say, case in point where we are now, it's just surprising how much of it is stunningly beautiful. It's not all like this. There are some quite long sections of just like going across flat plains, featureless plains, and there's certainly some urban areas, but a lot of it is absolutely stunning and way more than I expected. So this is a truly beautiful ride. Number two is how empty it is. Now, I don't know if this is typical. I started in mid-May, which is sort of the heart of the spring season, after the cherry blossoms. I've seen so few cyclists. I mean, around the cities, there are quite a few day cyclists, but in terms of like full-on Seoul to Busan, bike packing with panniers and so on, not that many. Probably like even over 10 days, maybe 50 encounters in either direction. Obviously we're all moving, but I think I went 2 days without seeing anybody with panniers, and I went a whole day without seeing a single other cyclist. It can feel kind of isolating, also very nice, but I wouldn't mind having a few more cyclists around, keep me company. And number three, and kind of related, is you don't have to worry at all about booking a hotel. So everywhere I've been, there have been many hotel options, and you leave it till the last minute or just walk in. No, I don't think there's been a single time where I've been particularly worried. I booked stuff ahead, but then I think with retrospect it was unnecessary. The flexibility of not having hotel bookings to tie you down, or the other option I know people do is book hotels ahead that are cancellation policies on them, which is fine. But to me, just like figuring out in the evening where you're going the next day, I love that freedom. Number three, also related to the hotel side, so cheap. Once you get out of Seoul and Busan, you can get a very good hotel for 50,000 won and a really luxurious one for 70,000 in most towns. It varies a bit. Super clean and comfortable with great features like a massage chair, several spa baths, only not in the same room. So yes, hotels plentiful and good value. Number four is how little English you'll encounter once you leave the big cities. None of the hotel check-in staff, restaurant people you encounter have absolutely zero English. And not only that, in the smaller towns, maybe in the restaurant, they seem unfamiliar with using translation apps. So even when you put it in front of them, they just get confused. It's quite good fun in some ways. You get an awful long way by pointing and gesticulating, which I actually prefer to do rather than use translation, because I just think it's a bit more human. Number five, traveling solo. For me, it was a conscious decision to do this solo. There's not many of us doing it solo. I only encountered 2 other people who I spoke to on the road who are doing it solo. And solo people like to talk to other solo people, which is good. I've really quite enjoyed it. I've been lonely at times, I'm not going to lie. And what I found is that especially when things go wrong, suddenly you just feel very small and alone. You think, how am I going to get out? What am I doing here on my own? In the middle of this city or in the middle of nowhere, kind of a bit lost. But when things are going right, it's good to be your own agent, lose yourself in your own thoughts, only have a discussion with yourself about what you're going to do next. So yeah, I've quite enjoyed the solo thing. First time I've ever done anything like this and been on my own for such a long time. Yeah, it's got its advantages. Also be nice to do it with the right person or the right people. It'd be awful to do it with the wrong person or the wrong people. There's a lot of hours on the road. Number 6, if we're still counting, is that there are way more hills than I was expecting. And there's a huge difference between the people that you see whooshing by with a tiny little backpack doing it in 3 days or 4 days or something and carrying 15 kilos. You notice every hill, and if it gets more than about, I'm going to say 7 to 10%, depending how long it is, I'm off. I'm off pushing. I think the other thing that surprised me about cycling with a load is if you get any kind of headwind like there is today, you really feel it. Obviously it catches your panniers. Next is how I got really pissed off with the whole in and out of hotels thing. There's a whole daily process of finding the right place. Whether you book it or not, you've still got to have somewhere in mind. Getting there, checking in without any language, unpacking's easy. Obviously you just take stuff out of your bag, but then packing the next morning is just the biggest chore. I just found myself waking up in the morning saying, I've got to make an early start today, and lying in bed thinking, oh, I've got to pack. It probably doesn't take very long. It probably takes about 20 minutes. But anyway, that's my bugbear. So I think the biggest surprise, and again, this is something that you read, it's not as if people don't talk about it, but until you experience it, you cannot believe how great the cycling infrastructure is here. And the investment that whoever the Korean authorities are, whatever level makes this happen, it is just incredible. And I've never heard of Korea as a cycling nation, and I haven't really looked into the background as to why the infrastructure is so good. But not just bike paths like the one I'm on now, but also particularly the dedicated built out platforms either right over the river or wooden platforms built out next to a road. It just seems that they want to make this absolutely world class, and there's so much of it. And it's all well signposted, albeit in Korean, which is kind of leads to the next point about getting lost sometimes. I've lost count. Next up, whatever number this is, how easy it is to lose your way. It sounds like it's straightforward, one path from Seoul to Busan. It gets very complicated in places, particularly when you're going through towns. Just the sheer quantity of bike paths that are intersecting each other. Because all the signs are in Korean, it's very easy, for me at least, to miss the Four Rivers signs amongst all the other signs in Korean, because you can't just glance up and read them. It's actually easy to take a wrong turn. After just the first couple of hours, I realised I needed a navigation app on my handlebars. Unfortunately, the hire bike had a mount, so I could just put my old Android phone on and use it as a nav computer and just kind of switch it on whenever there's a junction, or just to reassure myself I'm on the right track. I mean, there's big stretches where it's bloody obvious, but it's also very easy to miss your turn. I lost it within the first 10 Ks, and then I kind of realised, oh, this isn't going to be straightforward.